He's the leader, the legend,
Fucking inang yan, Optimum Prime.
the massive sentient truck who's all about freedom and apparently has the worst work-life balance in the galaxy. But behind the iconic transformation sound and the commanding speeches that sound like they were written by a motivational poster,
My name is Optimus Prime.
have you taken a moment to think about what it's actually like to be Optimus Prime? Spoiler alert, it's like being a combination of a CEO, a therapist,
Damn, that's crazy.
and a really expensive military vehicle that can never find parking. Being Optimus is a troubling mix of existential dilemmas, unrelenting battles, and the kind of responsibilities that would make even Superman file for workers' compensation.
I can't take this shit no more, man.
From the weight of leadership to never-ending battles on planets with terrible Wi-Fi to carrying the emotional baggage of an entire species, here's why it absolutely hilariously sucks to be Optimus Prime. Let's start with the leadership role. Massive, crushing, and about as escapable as a DMV appointment. Optimus doesn't get a break, ever, not even for oil changes. As the leader of the Autobots, he's responsible for every tactical decision, every life lost, and every failure against the Decepticons. His crew depends on him for guidance, protection, and inspiration, basically making him a combination life coach and bodyguard who works for free. But behind that exterior of unyielding strength is someone struggling with the fate of an entire universe resting on his steel shoulders. Shoulders that probably need some serious chiropractic work at this point.
Yeah, I feel it's right here.
The pressure to save Cybertron, Earth, and apparently every other planet that can't seem to handle its own problems is relentless. Every decision weighs heavily, with no room for mistakes. Because apparently being a giant robot means you're not allowed to have off days. And whether it's Megatron's latest scheme, which usually involves shouting and pointing dramatically,
It's your birthday? Guess what? I don't care. Turn around.
or the human government having trust issues with the friendly alien robots trying to save them, it's always Optimus who has to clean up the mess. Guy can't even delegate. And then there's the endless warfare, battling across galaxies in a cycle that makes the McDonald's ice cream machine look reliable.
I'm sorry, we don't have any ice cream right now.
Optimus is constantly thrust into conflict, switching between diplomatic leader and warrior, faster than your mood changes when you see your credit card bill. His life would make a fantastic sci-fi action movie to us, but in reality, it's like being stuck in the world's most expensive and destructive game of tag that never ends. There's no escape, no retirement plan, no 401k, just endless transformations from peacekeeping leader to frontline warrior. And let's talk about those transformations for a second. Do you know how awkward it must be to be having a serious diplomatic conversation and then suddenly need to turn into a truck? Optimus is tireless, which sounds cool until you realize it means he's basically that friend who never stops working and makes everyone else feel guilty for taking lunch breaks. And even if he had time to relax, where exactly does a semi-truck the size of a small building go for some R&R? His idea of blending in involves parking in truck stops and hoping nobody notices he occasionally talks to himself. Let's talk about the emotional toll, because oh boy is there one. Optimus is considered a noble being, full of virtue and integrity, basically the Boy Scout of giant robots. But as the cornerstone of a world constantly falling apart, there's an emotional cost that would make therapists everywhere rich. Watching comrades fall, having to make tactical sacrifices, knowing that every decision has consequences. It's like playing chess, except all the pieces are your friends and losing means actual explosions. Each new mission probably etches another dent into his psyche. And good luck finding a therapist who specializes in giant robot PTSD. The saddest part? Sometimes Optimus's wisdom and guidance fall on deaf ears more often than a telemarketer's sales pitch. He can preach diplomacy and peace until his voice box malfunctions, only to have his allies act like teenagers and his enemies respond with the intellectual depth of internet comment sections. And we haven't even touched on his identity crisis, which is basically a philosophy major's nightmare come to life. Optimus was once Orion Pax, a data archivist, basically a really advanced librarian who probably enjoyed quiet evenings organizing files. Then came the Matrix of Leadership, which thrust cosmic powers and responsibilities upon him like the universe's worst surprise promotion. Imagine going from, please return your books on time, to, please save all of existence. That's like being promoted from cashier to CEO overnight, except the company is at war and everyone's made of metal. So behind every epic rally, behind every Autobots rollout, is a being constantly at battle, torn between the leader he must be and the simpler existence he once lived. He's basically the universe's most overqualified truck driver. Remember that next time you see him hit the screen? Because there's a lot more behind that grill than meets the eye. Mostly stress, existential dread, and probably a really strong desire for a vacation that will never come. Want us to tackle another iconic leader whose responsibility is more trouble than it's worth? Drop a name in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe before Megatron raids your notifications and leaves angry reviews about Autobot propaganda.